Yesterday, something very shocking happened with silver in India, and it will have an effect on everything. They will start making money from silver in April 2026. India's new banking rule is the start of a global revolution in precious metals. The fact that silver is becoming more important to India's economy is a good sign that its value will rise tenfold. This will start in April 2026. RBI will accept silver as collateral for loans, just like gold. You don't have to sell any of your silver to get credit anymore. Your coins, bars, and jewelry can all do that. It would be a huge help to people who live in rural areas and small towns. That silver, which was kept in a safe and not used, it was once dead capital, but now it isn't. That makes everything different. Now, small business owners, farmers, and people who are borrowing money for the first time don't have to jump through as many banking hoops to get official credit. This isn't just about loans. It's also about bringing trillions of rupees worth of silver into the legal economy. This is going to change everything. I want to start by thanking you for taking the time to listen to the silver news. If you want to know what's going on in the world, like in India, and how it affects the price of silver, subscribe and hit the bell button. Silver Slayer is my name. In the next week and a half, I will be throwing a party. You shouldn't miss it. By the way, everyone, my book Silver is the new gold will come out on Christmas Day. There will be both an ebook and a hardcover version. I will do everything I can to sign each paperback. At least my Patreon backers from the Secret Silver Society will get it. You can see my monthly giveaways on Patreon at patreon.com/silverslayer. In 6 days, I will give away some silver to one of my members. Also, there is a live chat that you can use. Yes, I will probably post parts of my book there too, since it feels more personal and like our little club. I guess so. Okay, let's take a look at this. Revived silver, a money myth that India brought back to life. This is different from what has happened before. Major governments haven't officially remonetized silver since the 1800s, even if it was just for show. In April 2026, banks in India will start accepting silver as collateral for loans. This will make silver equal to gold in the country's financial system. With just one stroke, silver went from being a commodity to a reliable store of value. This change could have big effects on financial systems all over the world, and I do think it will start to spread out, especially to the east. But think about this instead. JP Cortez of the Sound Money Defense League is the person who has been trying to bring back or promote the idea of a gold standard to state governments across the country. I had the chance to interview him. He would go to all 50 states or so to teach their governments about the gold standard and, I guess, the idea of sound money. He also said that he had seen a pattern where one state or person would be open to the idea after another. This is all about politics, and it's all about who will take a chance first to see what happens. If things go well, they'll do what they need to do. He said he had seen it many times, which makes sense when talking about politics. After India adopts this, it will spread to a few other countries before it becomes widely accepted. This is big news no matter what. This is also a very important development for investors because India uses and promotes a lot of silver. You can always tell what someone stands for by what they do, no matter what they say. Countries like Saudi Arabia, China, India, and Russia just bought 932,000 contracts with the SLV. Mexico is one of many countries that are buying a lot of silver. Actions speak louder than words. That's not by chance. So, silver is a factor. This old cycle will soon grow and change. The government has decided to include silver in the collateral framework, which means that millions of Indians who don't own gold but do have silver in traditional forms can now take advantage of financial opportunities. Pendants, tools, religious offerings, or small bars of investment, they have put a lot of their silver into religious things, especially in the last few years. Because of this, that will be a great chance for people in that area. Small farmers and people who live in the country have a secret treasure, silver. The new rule says that these assets are now working capital instead of just savings that don't mean anything. A farmer can now guarantee silver to get the money they need to plant, grow, and keep their business going during the long, stressful months before harvest. India has actually just made silver the main part of its currency again, which means that it can be exchanged for other currencies in a way that hasn't been possible since the British Raj. This spark starts an international fuse. Silver is making a big comeback after being out of the financial system for more than 100 years. This is because it can now be used as bankable collateral. The timing couldn't be worse for people who are shorting silver. That's another interesting thing about it. They still go into the COMEX. Where is that? Because of this, a lot of people are interested in this story online. I completely agree with you. You can see how many people are tweeting about this. The story was also covered by the Jerusalem Post, which has a website at jpost.com. But this tweeter, who is the scum of Wall Street, says that India is going to run out of silver on the COMEX. If the predicted 10.1 silver to gold ratio comes true, the price of silver could go up to $400 per ounce. Why did they say $400? We're going to show you the math problem below right now. So, you can now read the SGT report. The new JPost bank in India has a 10-to-1 gold to silver collateral ratio. Trust that. Wow, that's incredible. There is 10 times more gold than your peg. Not the odds right now, which are 85-to-1, 80-to-1, or any other number. 1 to 10. It comes out of the Earth's crust at a ratio of 7-to-1, which is a little lower. In the month of April, 2026 no less. Not forget that date. Don't forget that date. Eric Young, this is a crazy game changer for the BRICS and silver. This was thought to be very conspiracy related as recently as a month ago. Yes, it has been a month. Of course. 10-to-1, India makes bank collateral. This is the main reason why India buys so much silver. I think it's becoming clear why India is spending so much money on silver today. Now you can see that silver would be worth $400 if gold were to reach $4,000. The 10-to-1 ratio led them to the $400 price. This is the first time that an official from a major economy has said that silver is just as important as gold in modern banking. India's 10.1 gold to silver ratio makes silver a good collateral for bank loans, which makes money more valuable around the world. Yes, it looks like this is getting a lot of buzz on Twitter. Look at all the tweets. On the other hand, silver gen is so strong that London can't slam anymore. China just won silver in London and checkmate. China's silver premiums go up after 10 years of falling. In 2025, the price of silver shot up, going up more than 65% from the year before. This caught doubters off guard, and they will probably talk about it on the next earnings call. Not that I want to support silver miners or anything like that, but if you don't take advantage of this rise in silver, you could miss out on a lot of money that could change your life. You won't ever see anything with this many good qualities again, will you? Isn't it all it takes to get out of a 45-year rut? In 1980, they had trouble making ends meet. In 2011, they had trouble making ends meet because there wasn't enough silver and it was too cheap. Isn't there some kind of manipulation going on with silver? The silver rabbit hole goes very deep. It is very useful because it is the metal that conducts electricity and heat the best. Silver is getting harder to find just when we need it the most. When it comes to money, we can see that even the smallest asset can have a huge impact, especially when it is so cheap, right? You have something that is very useful, but not very valued. There will probably never be anything as explosive, or that could be so explosive. Okay, use it to your advantage. That being said, I will now end this video. I thought this was interesting. Everyone, please remember that my book will come out on Christmas Day. Put a lot of money into it. I spent a lot of time on this book. I can't believe how long it takes. No matter how much time and energy I put into it, it feels like my life's work. For that reason, I don't want to cut corners. It has a lot of character in it. It will cover more ground than a book on stacking silver. Yes, my character is there. This silver book is just like my YouTube videos in that it has my personality, so no one else could write it. This isn't a book that teaches you about silver. It sounds more like something a silver stacker would write. I want you to know that I feel the same way about silver. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the market with you. I tell everyone. I think it will be a great time. I also believe that you will enjoy it. You must buy it. I am not writing this book to make money. The money is the last thing. Writing this book will make me happy because it will show that my hard work has been noticed and that other people will benefit from it. I mean, aren't my videos supposed to make people think that silver is worth something? I could teach people about the value of silver and how to keep their money safe if I could write a book that anyone could buy for Christmas, maybe from Barnes & Noble or somewhere else. I also go into great detail about how worthless the dollar is in this book, as if it were more than just silver. I wrote a chapter called The Dollar's Decline. My book covers everything. I have a whole chapter about getting ready. I wrote a chapter about that. My book talks about the difference between cryptocurrencies and precious metals. I mean, there are a lot of different points of view. I look at this. I really want to let this go. Being a perfectionist makes things a little harder for some reason. As I go through things, I tell myself, oh, I'll change that a little bit. But I might think, I can do that. Still, it will be good. But I love you all. Thank you very much for coming by. Please let me know in the space below if you plan to buy the book. Thanks for taking the time to listen, by the way. Hey, it's Silver Slayer. I plan to see all of you tomorrow. No fighting.